What's up everyone, Timothy here, aka FML21, and I've been a bit gone with the FML's battles that have been taking place on the ShowDown side. I've been a bit busy and these videos take a long time to make for me, so yeah. I couldn't really fit them into my schedule, but with playoffs finally being here and playoffs only having 7 games in total, with more than half of them being played in the first round, I was like, yeah, okay, I can make this work. So, quarterfinals. The bracket has been split up with the number 1 playing the number 8, the number 4 playing the number 5. And the winner of those 2 matches play against each other in the semi-finals. The number 2 plays number 7 and number 3 plays number 6, with both of those winners also facing in the other semi-finals. So we start off with the number 3 against the number 6. We face Average against Ash Iceclaw, Water against Buck, and let's just jump into the battle and see who makes semi-finals of the FML. We see the Watertool Manaphy lead from Average, and we have Ash leading Mega, so just regular Heracross, and the Masquerain. Double swap from Average. Dropkick, lowering Tentacruel's attack stat, so we already knew it was not Clear Body but Rain Dish. Another swap and Heracross goes for the rest on full HP, which normally isn't a great idea. And well, the Eruption normally doing big damage into the Escavalier, but with Rain Up it's not doing as much as it normally would have done. Toxic Spikes, something nice, but with Pelipper and perhaps a Tentacruel in the next turn, we'll see if these spikes will stay up. Turn 5 and Tentacruel comes back out, absorbing the T-Spikes, while Heracross teleports out for the... Orbital, thank you. And Ash already telling so many fire type moves, and he is right, there's quite a bit, and Belly Drum Watertool can become a big problem for Ash at +4 with Rain Up. Fireless again into the Escavalier, 4 times effective, but with Rain doesn't do as much damage as it could have done. Swift is a special move, so the 4+4 in +6 in attack doesn't do much. Tentacruel close to going down, so he is getting swept out for the Manaphy. Charger Bug comes in for Escavalier. A Moonblast from Orbital is cleanly taking out Watertool, so that +6 has not done anything for Average this game. Dual Wing Beat is super effective into Orbital, but he decides to rest up, so all that damage has been done for nothing. Cross Chop also misses Battery Bug, and now an Eruption from Ash Iceclaw's side in the rain with against 2 water types. That's not doing much damage, of course. Intimidate from Masquerain that comes out, deciding to keep the Orbital in. That's interesting because Orbital has 2 mandatory sleep turns now, and Masquerain now takes a big damage from a weather boosted Surf. Interesting. Seismic Toss doing a quarter damage, and a big ally switch, of course. Magic Room active now, so no more items for the next 5 turns. Leavage into the Pelipper slot, that's neutral. Manaphy would have taken super effective damage from that. Charger Bug comes back in, but has to take a Force Bomb. Will not be paralyzed because he's an electric type move, electric type, and a Flamethrower in the rain, of course not doing much. Skitter Smack lowering the special attack stat from the Orbital, and Dragon Breath is not paralyzing, and Orbital boosting its defenses now. And there goes the first Pokemon. It was a final Gambit from the Pelipper, doing big damage. And Imprison is now out from the charger bug. So all that Average now can do is struggle with his team. Dondozo comes out and Tatsugiri immediately goes for the Dondozo, and yeah, that's now a big problem for Ash, because even though he can only struggle with his Dondozo, the Dondozo with +2 is doing big damage into the battery bug, and we have to hope for Ash that the next struggle goes into Orb Beetle, that went for the U-turn. No, struggle goes into the charger bug, and Imprison has ended now. Intimidates. So the attack stat is being dropped again. Fire Blast misses the Tatsugiri. Leech it into the Escavalier, but it's switching out back to Masquerade to at least make sure that Dondozo is back at neutral attack. And Mother Water doesn't give an accuracy boost drop, so that's unfortunate. Otherwise Dondozo might have missed a couple of moves. Headlong Rush is going to lower its defenses, but also take out the Orb Beetle in the process. We are back at a 4 against 4 battle so far. And now Necrozma, the Terra Captain, comes out. A Last Respects deals some big damage, but not enough to really threaten Necrozma at this point in the game. Reversal, not doing much with a 4x resisted move into the Masquerade. Ember misses the Tatsugiri. And I stay with my point, it's kind of BS that Tatsugiri can get targeted, but the accuracy drop with the smokescreen might be very big for Average and Ice Claw, because with a lowered accuracy, Dondozo might not be as threatening as it can be with the setup with the Tatsugiri. He cannot switch out because of this setup, so he has to deal with the accuracy drop for now. Tea-Time activates, everyone eats its berry, but nothing is happening. Malignant Chain misses. If that went into the Dondozo, it would have been poisoned, but a Mortal Spin is enough to poison the Dondozo, and now Dondozo is on a timer. Vine Whip not doing much, and Arrow Blast being stabbed, dealing big damage into Dondozo, even though it still has a +1 in special defense. It's already down at half health, and the Leech Life misses its target. Victory Dance from the Masquerade, boosting its speed, attack and defense, making it most likely, faster than the Dondozo, and Night Days lowering its accuracy even further, so Guillotine has no chance of hitting anything. Skitter Smack misses the Tatsugiri, and now Dondozo is practically 3 moves away from being, or 3 rounds away from being done. Matcha Gacha, is it enough? It is enough to take down the Dondozo. Tatsugiri is freed, and with 3 Pokemons left, things aren't looking all that great now for Average. The Papa is activated, and Electro Shot is enough to take down the Tentacool. Now it's a 2v4 for Average to face, and with the Sticky Webs up, both the Pokemon are now lowered in speed. The Masquerade is going for more setup, while Acid Spray is halving the special defensive stat for Manaphy, so a special attack can be the end of it. Grassy Glide and Doom Desire into Masquerade takes it out. After all that setup, it's not enough. And Heracross decides to explode as well, with now it's a 2v2 out of nowhere. One timed move and one self-destructing move, and now we have a 2v2. But with Shell Sidearm, Manaphy is taken down. Now it's Tatsugiri against Necrozma and Escavalier. Escavalier still has a move to go. Thunder Punch is not enough to take it out, but Iapapa is putting it back at 52%. Focus misses. Strength doesn't do enough against this Escavalier. Rocky Helmet activates. False Swipe will not take it out, but it needs a single hit with just 1 HP, and Horn Leech is going to be enough. So we have our first upset of the quarterfinals, with the number 6 Ash Ice Claw defeating the number 3 slot with Average. With that game being played, we can go to who is next. And I believe it is number 2 against number 7, and that's this game. And by coincidence, that's my game. I play as the number 7 slot against the number 2. Yeah, Weasley. And for some reason I thought it was Bonnier, but Bonnier has dropped off a bit. Bonnier did have a great run, of course, this season. But yeah, Poison against Ground. Not a great matchup for me though, of course. But let's see how things go. I start off, of course, with Wheezing and Slacking. A great combination with Neutralizing Gas. Also, making sure that there's no rough skin damage from the Garchomp. That goes for a Heat Crash, while Bolt Storm is not doing anything against both of the ground type moves on the opposite side of me. A Rapid Spin is dealing big damage though, because it is a stab type move, even though I Terastallized into a poison type. Bind is not something you want to see on something like Wheezing, because it will get chipped down, so it will nullify the Block Sludge damage. Nasty Plot setup from the Slacking, Razor Shell into the Garchomp, lowering its defense, and an Ice Punch, even though it doesn't have any fists from the Hippopotas or Hippowdon. Foul Play, not dealing all that much damage, and Light Screen to make sure special hits aren't doing as much into my side of the battle. Superpower into the Steelix is doing around half health, but it also means my attack and defensive stats are lowered on Slacking. And a Doom Desire is being set up from the Wheezing that goes for a Fury attack into a Steel type, not dealing much damage, of course. And Mimicry, Conversion 2 makes it a Ghost type. Interesting. Garchomp comes back out, so a Flail again into a Steel type, not doing all that much damage. Meteor Mash into Garchomp, dealing some decent damage, but not enough to really do much. Doom Desire into Steelix puts it also below half health, but these leftovers that it holds is making sure that it is back into the green. A Tackle, not doing much again. I pull a lot of normal type moves in this battle, and they all go into a Steel type. And the Earthquake is super effective and not enough to take out Wheezing, but it is down by a lot now. Clear Smog, not doing much, but it is taking away that -1 in special attack. And a Smackdown again, not dealing much damage into the Steelix. So we are 10 turns in and nothing much has happened so far. A Brutal Swing again, not enough to take something out, but it is getting my Wheezing very low. And with Thunderbolt and Grassy Glide, there's not much damage being dealt. And Barbarage leaves Wheezing at 7%. The Ice Wing into the Muck is enough to take it out. And the Esper Wing is dealing some nice damage into the Garchomp, but a Quick Attack is able to take out the Wheezing. So Neutralizing Gas is gone, and all of a sudden it's now a 4v6. Icicle Crash from the Haunter is taking out the Garchomp. Haze is not doing much, and Aqua Tail into a Haunter is of course always dealing a lot of damage. Haunter going for the Muddy Water, maybe able to get an accuracy drop on the Gliscor, while Slaking is of course laying around and not doing much. Roar of Time is not enough to take out Haunter because the low special attacks that Steelix normally has, but with now the Sandstorm being up, it's basically waiting for it to die. Steelix is taken out by a Blue Flare from Slacking, but Haunter is taken down, so it's now a 3v4 in favor of Weasley. Slaking laying around, Earth Power not doing anything into the Gliscor, so no damage being dealt from my side, while Full Swipe is chipping down on me. Slacking can move now, but a scratch is dealing 70% to a very, I reckon, physical defensive Gliscor. So Roar of Time is dealing some big damage, but that also means I cannot attack in this next turn. Because Truant and Recharge is making sure that I cannot move this turn. No damage being dealt from Weasley's side either, so it's kind of a nothing burger this turn. The only thing that's happening is Gliscor getting health back because of Poison Heal. Circle Throw slams away my Slaking and brings in my Iron Moth. Fire Lash is super effective into the Galarian Stunfisk, but with Rocky Helmet it's dealing some chip damage into my Amoonguss. Iron Moth boosting its defense and Side Strike is super effective, and now Amoonguss is boosting its special defense. Iron Moth also boosting its low attack stats, so it's getting all the boost now. But as long as it doesn't attack, it's not doing anything for me right now. Like Teeter Dance, also not doing much for me at this point. Lumberry is being activated, so no more confusion for the Hippowdon. And of course Iron Moth hits itself the first time of asking. Psychic Noise into the Hippowdon is making sure it will not get healed, and this is the point I believe where two switches are happening. Oh, and my laptop is overheating, so I'm gonna pause for a real quick second if it will let me. Okay, hopefully it is doing better now. Seems a bit more smooth, so we can continue. I go back to the start of the turn. Nope, this is the next turn. There we go. This is where we left off, with Iron Moth going for a Dragon Dance, boosting its speed and attack stat even further. A bounce is being set up, and yeah, so far Iron Moth has not been doing anything besides setting up with another defense order. Yeah, like I said, all the boost but not a single point of damage so far. Simple is being set up now. So can I get more boosts on my Iron Moth? No, we go for a Moonblast, dealing 12% of damage with the stat I have not been boosting, that it has not been boosting so far. Thunderbolt, of course, is not doing anything this game, at least not for me. Psycho Cut does not do much because I am at +4 in defense already. A Foul Play is dealing decent damage into the Nidoking. Absorb is healing me a bit, so that's something. Wrap into Amoonguss is annoying, so it cannot switch out for a regenerative healing, while it's also missing an Iron Tail, so that's pretty bad. And this is the turn that is going to decide the battle, I believe. Yep, a Self-Destruct takes out everything, but it also means it leaves me with a 2v1 against with a Slacking that is not going to move any other around every turn. So yeah, I don't like to doom talk about something, but yeah, even though Weasley says I might still get the win, I have not a lot of faith with Slacking being Slacking. And yeah, even though it is pretty bulky, it has to take an onslaught of damage while it cannot move every other turn. So yeah, with Sandstorm also being up and me hoping for a Gliscor explosion for a fitting ending, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. Simple Beam would have helped me out if it worked, but yeah, I'm roosting, so only waiting for the inevitable to happen. Yeah, I'm just laying around there, not doing anything. Phantom Force. And yeah, me having 3 moves left. Earth Power into something that cannot get hit by it. Next turn I will not move, and does it matter? Yes, because I still act after the Stunfisk, but that means I am now out of playoffs. Weasley will face off against Ash Ice Claw. We have Bug against Ground as our first semi-final. That moves us to the other side of the bracket, and that means we go for the battle between number 1 Melissa against number 8 Kennybot. We have Steel against Ghost. Let's see how things go. Melissa starts off with Melmetal and Heatran against Spectrier and Bascule Legion. A Roar sends out Heatran right away, so King Gambit comes in. Maybe not something Kenny would have liked to see come out, because yeah, a Dark Tap into the Ghost types is not something you want to see. Air Slash not doing all that much from that low special attack, but high horsepower for Melmetal is chipping down big on the Bascule Legion. A Taunt is enough to stop Melmetal for now, and a Last Respects coming from Bascule Legion is pretty fitting, as it is its signature move. X-Scissor is dealing neutral damage, but from a physical, from the physical side from Spectrier, hits are not all that big, honestly. Uproar, decent, but it is also now locked into Uproar, and King Gambit copying the special defensive boost that Bascule Legion took. Heatwave not doing all that much. Uproar is failing, so that means that Spectre is now basically you are sure that it is holding a choice item. Dropkick doubling the attack from King Gambit, but with -1 from Dropkick he is basically a +1 now. Sludge Bomb not doing anything into the poison types, and Flail not doing anything into the ghost types. So yeah, Melissa is pulling a lot of normal type moves at this time. Talking about time T-time, so Shuka Berry is being eaten by Heatran, so that's not gonna do anything. Guillotine, it is hitting its target, but it is not doing anything because it's a normal type move. Wave Crash doing some decent damage, and the recoil is manageable for the for the Spectrier. And Blizzard is enough now to take out the Bascule Legion. And Spectrier, unaware that's not doing anything. And King Gambit's ability is now Swift for Grimnay, so as soon as it makes it kill, a special attack boost is given to it. But it also means Spectrier is now Defiant, and a big Aurus Rare kills the Melmetal. No +1 in special attack though, because it now has Defiant. Tapu Koko is now ingrained, so I know Kenny is not happy about that. I know Kenny really hates Ingrain as a move in Metronome, so some normal type moves being hit into the Rotom Fan, and Headlong Rush is not enough to take out the Tapu Koko, but it is very close to the going down. And Electric Surge is now again being swapped from, so that means Koko now has the Grimnay, and yeah, that makes it pretty scary if it gets a kill off. And Zap Cannon is not enough to do it, but the Paralysis is going to trigger on the Rotom. Dragon Pulse is doing some damage into the Tapu Koko because it is it's Terrestrialized in a Ghost type, and Spectre now being taken down from a Electro Shot. Encore again not doing anything. That's the second time King Gambit has tried to do that, and King Gambit only having 2 PP left, so Koko getting health from the Tita, from the Poltergeist's Hospitality. Sludge Bomb not enough to really do all that much. 25% though is still decent. Koko blocks King Gambit from switching out Clanging Skills, not doing much into the Doublades. And luckily Rotom can heal itself back up because it was starting to get a bit low. But Circle Throw is going to make it swap out into the Scizor. Struggle, big damage into the Koko. A Rock Throw into Scizor, not doing all that much. And another struggle from the King Gambit into Coco and will make sure that it faints. Superpower not doing anything against the Ghost type. Struggle goes into the wrong slot for Melissa, so the Blade is able to take it. And Eruption is not strong enough because of that struggle to kill the Scissor. That is going to mud slap the accuracy away from the Blade. Bone Rush misses because of the Shadow Force. Hospitality healing back the Coco. That's Shadow Forcing into the Scissor. Hockey Helmet activates, but Grimnay is activating as well, making the Ghost type Tapu Koko now very scary for Melissa. Heatran comes back out, and with a 3v4, Melissa is for one of the first times during this season looking down and looking scary, scared to continue this battle. Psy Shield Bash, he boosting the defense for Heatran, while Clear Smog is not doing anything because Steel type. Overheat, not just barely missing the KO on the Tapu Koko, so it goes for the Headlong Rush, taking out the Heatran, boosting its special attack even further with Grimnay, but being at 90% and Oriswin not enough to take out the Rotom. Rotom Supercell Slam is enough to take out the Tapu Koko, so now we have a 3v2 with Gengar coming out and Melissa's final Mon Celesteela coming out. Rotom being very low and a Spirit Shackle barely misses the KO, while Celesteela is in withdrawal. Mountain Gale does some decent chip onto the Gengar. That goes for Shift Gear, boosting its speed even further while it's already pretty fast. Seed Bomb is not enough to bring Gengar that much down, and now it's Celesteela against the world. Can Celesteela take down 3 other Pokemon? Strength Sap is not going to help, lowering its attack stat. Thunder though is dealing big damage and paralyzing the Gengar. Gengar goes for the growth, boosting its attack and special attack even further, while also being trapped in Fire Spin. Fire Pledge is doing a quarter of health into the Celesteela that is getting leftover recovery. But with the Fire Spin, Gengar is looking a bit threatened. Worry Seed giving Insomnia over Beast Boost, and Dive is going to hit something in the next turn. Is it going to be the Gengar that is getting health back from the Poltergeist? Ember is missing and the Dive goes into the Poltergeist, not doing much damage into the little small grass type. Gengar going for the Mach Punch, not doing much, and a Moonblast into Poltergeist is dealing some big damage, and Overheat is putting Celesteela below half health, but also lowering the special attack from the Poltergeist. That is of course going to swap out into the mainly switch fodder, the Blade. Meteor Mash not giving the attack boost to Celesteela, so that's a bit sad for it. Ingrain again from Gengar, that has to face a reversal, so that's not a big problem. Fire Lash lowering the defense, and now with 22% left, things are looking very bleak for Celesteela. Are we going to get a big upset? Meteor Beam is being charged, and Bite is not enough to take Celesteela down. But we are very close to the biggest upset, with the number 8 slot dealing a final blow to the number 1 spot. Can the Blade do it? No, because Drill Run is hitting an immunity. Gengar with Fire Blast, Flare Blitz is enough to take it out, and therefore we have a amazing upset with the number 1 slot also being kicked out of the competition. So Kenny Bots and his Ghost types are going to face the final battle winner. We have the number 4 Bonier against the number 5 Victory Stars. We have Fire against Dragon. We see a Kingdra and Hydreigon start against Incineroar and Cerulege. Intimidate is coming off, and immediately there's a switch into the Ursulina Blood Moon, a flinch from the Zen Headbutt, while Spatial Rend is doing big damage into Kingdra, which of course gets hit on the super effective sides. Bolt Strike not doing much damage, but it is paralyzing the Incineroar, so that's something. Electric Terrain is immediately riding over the Misty Terrain, and Scorching Sands is leaving the Kingdra burn, so Kingdra is already down on his last legs. Heal Pulse not doing anything because the switching in Volcanion was already at full health, and Prismatic Laser is taking down the Kingdra. And Rocky Helmet is chipping down on the Ursuluna Blood Moon. Ice Fang not doing much, and another round of Rocky Helmet, while U-Turn is dealing massive damage into Hydreigon. Ceruledge has just recharged, so it's not going to move this turn. And with another attack drop from Incineroar, the Outrage from Hydreigon isn't doing all that much. Seed Flare misses Ceruledge, while Electric Train is already up, so Incineroar moving without a purpose. Outrage not doing anything because of the Choice Lock. And Double Kick into the Blood Moon is not doing all that much. Hydreigon is getting confused, but it is also swapping out Water Shuriken, not dealing all that much, and Curse Body activating, so that means Ceruledge is probably switching out in the next turn, unless the Ursuluna can stop it, but it cannot. So Volcanion comes back in, Ursuluna swapping out into Hydreigon, and Feather Dance halving the attack stat of Volcanion. So that's going to be annoying. Nasty Plot doubling the special attack, but Mirror Herb and Final Gambit not taking out the Volcanion. Now it's a 4v6 in favor of Bonier, while Incineroar is being paralyzed. The Bug Buzz is doing big damage though, but the Citrus Berry heals it pretty much back up. Stone Axe not enough to take out the Hydreigon, and Infestation goes into the wrong slot, so Hydreigon lives to see another day. It skill swapped Water Absorb and Levitate, so Volcanion is, in my opinion, better off with Levitate. Guillotine into the Incineroar, it wasn't very healthy, but it is an OHKO move hitting, so that's always hype. 3v5 now. So things are looking very good for Bonier at this point. Terra Ogerpon with the arm thrusts, dealing some big damage after the attack boost. A beat up from Volcanion. No rough skin damage being dealt, so that's interesting. Drill Run, because of Mind's Eye, is still hitting a levitating Volcanion. So Mind's Eye taking away immunities is coming out very handy there. A belly drum from Ogerpon Heart's Flame Mask, but it is not taking any damage, doing anything with it because of that Earthquake that came out. Gouging Fire, not taking any damage though. And that's kind of curious for me, because I see no reason why it shouldn't have taken damage. But still, 3v3 now. Glaive Rush being stabbed, of course. Now that it is a Dragon type's Head Smash, deals big damage into itself, but also taking out the Druddigon. Ceruledge going charge, is charging for Skytech. Psyblade not doing all that much into it. So now it's Archeludon and Ursuluna Blood Moon against the three leftover Pokemons on Bonier's side. The Sky Attack flinches the Blood Moon Ursuluna, and a Sludge Bomb not doing anything into the Archeludon Psychic, also being resisted, and Mirror Herb boosting the defense from Ceruledge. And that's annoying for Victory Stars, the special attack drop that cannot be undone now. Zap Cannon misses, while Dragon Cheer is boosting the crit chance for the Gouging Fire. Ceruledge is going down now, so now we are back to a 2v2. But Gouging Fire having that crit boost might come in handy. Ice Fang not enough to take out Blood Moon, and Hornclaws is going to boost its attack and special and accuracy. Is Skill Shot enough to take it out? It is. So now we have a 1v2 out of nowhere, and Blood Moon going for the Psychic Noise, not doing anything into the Chi-Yu because of that dark typing, of course. Bullet Seed will not be doing all that much, but it is Chi-Yu against two Pokemon, and with Peck it's not going to change that. And Poison Fang is getting a Toxic Poison, so Chi-Yu is on a timer, and the Future Sight takes out the Ursula and Blood Moon. A 1v1 sand attack, lowering the accuracy from Chiyu, while Defense Curl is boosting its defenses, but that's not something Chiyu has much use for at this point. Cosmic Power again. It is being whittled down by the poison. Next turn it will go down if it does not hit a move into the Archerdodon and taking it out. Dragon Cheer does nothing, and that means Bodier is also taken out. So the numbers 1, 3 and 4 are all eliminated from playoffs, and that means we have 2 great matches.